Welcome, everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today for you divine feminines out there on your spiritual journey. So whether you're just on your own individual path or connected to your divine masculine, we're really just going to focus on you today, divine feminine. So this is actually a reading that I offer in my Etsy shop. It is called Divine Feminine Healing Because You're Worth It. So it's a reading that's just about you. So if that sounds like something you're interested in today, go ahead and keep continuing to watch. I just like to kind of shift things up because I know a lot of my focus is on soul connections, which is a beautiful thing because we can learn a lot through our connections with other people. But sometimes it is nice to just shift the focus completely and solely back to ourselves. So that's what we're doing here today, you guys. And I do say sure, she or her. I was going to say sure for divine feminine. It's just the way that I channel. So just apply the energies how they resonate for you, okay? So the decks I'll be using, I'll list them down below. And today's Orgonite is called the Goddess Medusa Rose, created by my friend Michelle from Ringing a Bell. So let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and follow the outline that I have created here for this reading. And it will be in the top of the description box if you guys want your own. So this deck right here is called the Divine Feminine Healing that I created here. So let's see what the area of our lives that need the most investment currently. Okay, where do we need to invest the most currently on our journey? Ooh, wow. This says invasion. I respect your privacy as you continue to grow on your journey. I love this. Wow. I'm going to tell you just personally for me, this has been a very hard one. I tend to just give my 2 cents around me to the people that I'm closest to. I don't necessarily do that with strangers. I just, let people do their thing. But when it comes to my family, I don't know if I feel entitled to it or what the fuck, but I tend to just invade. And I've been told this before, especially by my lovely daughter, and it's really, really hard. So I just feel like this goes all across the board, just with anything, friends, family, your masculine, whoever, okay? It's really hard sometimes to just sit back and allow other people to freaking grow and to learn on their own. And I know that sometimes we might be saying to ourselves, but if they would just do it like this, then they wouldn't have to suffer. Or I just know if they would just listen. The thing is, one of the hardest things to learn in life is that we're not in control of anyone but ourselves. So I feel like this is speaking directly to me, of course, and maybe it is also speaking to you guys as well. A lot of the times we want to fix things with people. That's another hard thing. Sometimes people are not ready to fix things with us. Sometimes people don't see things the way that we see them. And we want to really try to invade, as in we want to make it work. We want to make it happen. We're reaching out. We're saying, let's just fix this. And the other person's just like either ignoring it or I don't want to. And you just can't understand why. At the end of the day, we absolutely have to respect everybody's boundaries and we have to respect people's just journeys. We might want to have a say-so on what we think somebody's saying or doing or how they're acting. We don't agree with it, all these views in the world, all this other stuff. Great. There's nothing wrong with being an advocate and being, outspoken for, a community and a movement, but you cannot try to change someone's mind by attacking them or change someone's mind by pushing your views on them and just refusing to even have a two-way conversation if the other person doesn't agree. There's a lot of people like that I see, in the world, people that are actually claiming to be so spiritual and enlightened, and it's just complete and total bullshit. It's like, are you even aware of what you're doing, right? Or they're even religious. Are you even aware of what you're saying? You're so this or that Christian, but yet I don't see anything Christian like with the way that you're acting online or the shit that you're saying. So I'm not saying that you guys are doing that, but if you guys also have people that are attacking you and invading your privacy, the work that you really need to do right now and really invest is putting up healthy boundaries with these people. Maybe cut them out, maybe delete them, maybe block them if they're online, maybe if it's an unhealthy family member, you got to put them in their freaking place. I've been put in my place. It freaking sucks. I don't like it, but I had to sit with it and I had to learn from it, So sometimes we do have to give the people an opportunity to change. And if they don't, and they just show you that they don't want to or that they don't care, sometimes you just have to move on, So anyways, let's go ahead and now go into my Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck and get another card here for the part or area of our life that needs the most investment currently. Oh, I love this. The Spirit of Light. Okay. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of a shift towards the light and new beginnings and maybe seeing things in a new light. Okay. So if you guys have been kind of bogged down with the same belief system, or you're seeing something in the same way and it's not really shifting and you just feel kind of low vibrational, you're not really feeling inspired to do anything new, it's time for a shift. It's time for you to shake shit up. It's time for you to see things in a new light. It's time for you to maybe start a new project, start something new, take a new class, read a new book, get a new set of friends, something like that. Get a new job. There's just something new that needs to take place in order for you to start to shift your focus more towards an uplifting energy. And it's not saying that shadow is negative and light is positive, because we do need both. All it's indicating, though, is that we need a little bit of a shift. So some of you guys have been feeling kind of crummy, depressed, just kind of, mopey, sad, melancholy. Spirit is saying, rather than allowing this to continue to kind of take over your life and invade your entire soul, you need to find a way to pull yourself and shift yourself out of that darkness, because you got too much dark. You got too much shadow going on. You need a little bit of light in there in order to pull yourself back up so you can breathe again, so you can actually enjoy your life again. There's always opportunities for us, It doesn't mean we're not going to go through hard things. It doesn't mean that we can't feel like shit. Sometimes you do need to sit in it for a little bit, but there's a time and a place to also look at things and see the silver lining and say, you know what? Life is not all shit. Life is not all doom and gloom, because when we look at it through that lens, everything is going to suck. Everything is going to suck. And sometimes when we look through the lens through just love and light, everything is perfect and amazing and wonderful. That can feel good temporarily, but let me tell you, unfortunately, there are a lot of dark people and just situations in the world that if you're not kind of grounded, you're going to come out of that light and you're going to get slammed down into the dark, and you've got nothing to basically help you to even pull yourself back up. Because sometimes we can just go overboard with that, flying around in 5D in our dreams, and we're not even really grounded in any kind of reality, and it's beautiful swimming around in fantasy. But then when reality doesn't match up with that, or let's just say something happens and it's just like all of our dreams are dashed, that's a huge drop of dopamine to just smack down. Like you just I've been there before, you guys. It's a tough fall. It's a tough fall. So we got to try to be somewhat grounded is what I'm getting here. So let's actually get some tarot here. Let's get some tarot here and see what other areas of our life need most investment currently. So what we have discovered so far is that we need a little bit more light in our lives. We need to shift our focus onto something new, maybe something old that's replaying over and over again isn't necessarily, it's just not keeping us happy. We need to make a shift. And also we need to maybe pull back from people that are invading our lives or invading our energy. Maybe we need to put up some walls, protection, boundaries, or we need to kind of stop trying to manipulate things that we want to see change because we don't want to respect other people's stuff, right? So this right here is called the Halloween Tarot. Oh, I love this. The Six of Pumpkins, which is the Six of Pentacles, you guys. This is an equal energy. So to me, what Spirit is trying to tell you, it's time to pull away or maybe even cut out any kind of connections or activities that are depleting you, just taking from you, sucking you like a freaking vampire and giving nothing in return. Those days are over, baby. Why? Because you're worth more than that. Anything that you are giving all of your time and dedication and energy to and you ain't getting shit back, that's a huge red flag that something is off. There's a huge red flag that we need to kind of figure out why we're doing that, or why we would even think that we need to be in a situation like that. You know, we must not love ourselves very much. We must not respect ourselves very much if we're engaging in that kind of behavior. If we're just letting somebody take all of our light and leaving us in the dust and darkness of shadow and shambles. I like that, shadow and shambles. Sounds kind of cool. But yeah, it's all about reciprocity. It is all about equality here. It is all about two people being on the same page. So if you're not on the same page with someone, remember you guys, this doesn't have to be just about divine masculine. This is your family, your friends, whatever. It's time for you to balance the scales. Maybe stop calling somebody so much. Maybe stop doing so much for somebody. Maybe see if the scales balance out all on their own. It's amazing how when you stop doing something, people are kind of suddenly like, hey, I noticed that you're not doing this anymore. I noticed, like, are you okay? Suddenly they're interested in you. Suddenly they want to, kind of figure out what's going on. Suddenly they might want to offer you something. It is amazing how when you just kind of try to balance the scales on your own by making a shift, doing something else, that other people either fall in line, they fall in place, or they fall the fuck out. Either way, I'm getting here that what needs the most investment currently is you, divine feminine, your energy, and the way that you're using it or the way that you're holding it. So if you're not feeling good, there is a reason. There's always something that we can shift to make a change. So that is what I have for you guys so far. All right, now we're going to go into challenges that could be blocking you from taking care of yourself. Now, I did just see this energy already with other people or even our own behavior that is blocking us from feeling good. So let's take it a step further and see what we need to know. What is the energy here connected to the block or challenges? Ooh, okay. A lot of you guys just have an open heart. You're an empath. You just want to love. You just want to, and that's a beautiful feeling, you guys. It really is. But I'm speaking from experience as being an empath. Sometimes I have just given so much, and it's coming from a pure heart. Sometimes not. Sometimes I knew, maybe not at the time, but when I reflected back on it, I gave to basically fulfill myself. I did it for me. It was a selfish give. It was coming from a codependent place. It was because I needed my ego stroked. I needed to be accepted, which is why I gave. So I did not always give out of the kindness or the wholeness of my heart. Sometimes I didn't. But sometimes I did. And I got freaking burned. I mean, burned big time. Sometimes bad things do happen to good people. That's actually a book. And it's just unfortunate. It's just one of those things in life that happens. There's not always going to be justice. There's not always going to be closure. There's not always going to be that feel-good feeling in everything that we experience in life. Sometimes things just freaking suck. And it's just about getting through that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to stop being good people? Are we going to stop giving and cut ourselves off because of that one person or that few people that were just bad apples? Or are we just going to continue to just do, the same things and not learn from maybe that and maybe see how we could do things a little bit differently? What are we going to do? So we have all those choices, not to change a damn thing, to change completely, or to maybe make a little bit of a shift. So I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell us here is that the only way that we can truly experience life is by being open to it. Sometimes we're going to win. Sometimes we're going to lose. Sometimes we're going to, open our hearts and it's going to work out. And other times it's going to get freaking obliterated, destroyed. That's just the way it goes. That's life, baby, right? So it's just about finding balance. So let's go ahead and go into my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot here. Actually, I want to get one other card. because I was already doing that with the other one. So I want to get one card from this deck too and see challenges that may be blocking us from taking care of us. Ooh, the werewolf spirit. Okay. So the werewolf spirit is the energy where we just want to let loose. We just want to break free. I feel like some of you guys might feel a lot of guilt. Okay, I really do. I feel like some of you guys hold a lot back. There's a lot of things that you want to do with your life, but being the empath or maybe the light worker that you are, you feel like you owe it to everyone to do this or to do that. But remember from the first set of cards, what's happening? We're giving too much and we're not keeping anything on reserve for ourselves. So we've got to learn how to balance that energy out. You came here to live your life too, Divine Feminine. It's not all about your mission. It's not all about your Divine Masculine. Some of this life is about you too. Don't forget to live. Don't forget to have a little fun. You know what I mean? Do some things that you desire. It's not selfish. I know it's very difficult. Like if you are a caretaker, or if you're a parent, sometimes that can be very difficult to balance out your own needs versus who you're taking care of or the responsibilities that you have. But Spirit is telling us we're only blocking our own good. We're only blocking our own good time. You know, yes, we have responsibilities. There could be things that are standing in the way. Maybe we don't have the time or the energy or whatever. I mean, these things are real, but we've got to start to find the will. Where there's a will, there's a way. So like the werewolf, you can transform yourself. You can find the time. You can experience more happiness and joy in your life if you choose to. Okay, it's a choice. So let's see what else. Oh, I love this. To me, this is very empowering. This is the Queen of Wands. You want to talk about somebody who lives their freaking life? It's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands doesn't hold back. The Queen of Wands, she is full of life. She knows what she wants. She's beautiful. She's magnetic. She's sensual. She is just really enjoying the hell out of life. And she's not going to allow the people that have scorned her from her past to ruin her for future encounters, okay? She's going to learn from it, yes. She's going to be smarter moving forward. She might not make the same mistakes, but she is not going to close off her heart and herself to living. She's not going to do that. She's not going to give anybody that kind of power over her. Hell no. She's not going to do it. So, Spirit is telling us here through these 3 cards that we are only holding ourselves back at this time. So if you are blaming another person, or if you are holding another person accountable for you can't do this or you can't do that, it is just an excuse. We need to step back into our power of the Queen of Wands, and we need to start making life happen. And if nothing is happening right now, we need to find opportunities. We need to make some shifts. We need to open ourselves up a little bit more to the experience of living in life. Okay, and if you've been hurt, you've been burned, you've been scored, I'm telling you guys many times, I've felt that energy. But what I've done is I've opened myself up to get burned again. But the thing is, I'm glad I did, because it just made me realize a thing or two about, maybe the reason that this keeps happening is because this is something that I'm actually doing. So it gave me an opportunity to check myself, to make some adjustments. And then I opened up my heart again and I'm like, oh, that feels better. That's much nicer because I'm shifting. So the new people that I'm allowing entering into my life, those relationships are different. They're not as chaotic. They're not as intense. They're not as crazy. So the energy is just different. It's a lot more calm. It's just different. So anyways, that is what I have for you guys for challenges that could be blocking you from taking care of you. We're standing in our own way. And it doesn't mean that there are not circumstances that are real and that there aren't real challenges in the world. We're not bypassing that. We're not pretending that those things don't exist. But at the end of the day, you guys, where there is a will, there is a way always for change. That's it. So now we're going to go into what will come if you choose to invest in yourself. Let's see. What will come if you choose to invest in yourself? I love this. What an amazing card to get for this section. Dreaming. I must co-create with spirit in order to bring my goals to fruition. So what is going to be taking place here if you choose to invest in yourself? You're bringing your dreams to fruition. You're co-creating with spirit. You are participating in life once again. You're not just sitting around with your eyes closed dreaming. You're participating in life. You're making things happen. So it's not enough to sit down and pray. It's not enough to sit down and just do a vision board or say some affirmations. You got to be taking action on stuff, you guys. You can't just sit there in your house, like I said, and say a couple of things. That's not the way the energy works. We've got to start taking some action, and that's that co-creation with spirit. You want to meet new people? It's kind of like this, the perfect one. I wish I could win the lottery. Do you play? Have you bought a ticket ever? So you could sit there all day long and say that, but if you've never even bought a freaking ticket, how is that even going to be a possibility that would ever happen for you if you're not even playing the damn lottery? So if you want to make new friends, or let's just say you want to meet someone new, but yet you work from home and you never leave the house, that right there is actually going against what you're trying to create energetically, because you're not taking any actions to step outside of your comfort zone and put yourself out there to actually cross paths with other people. So we have to understand things got to make sense. It's not enough to chant a few words. We actually have to take action steps. Oh, I love this. The spirit of the key, the eagle. What is the eagle? It's the king of the frickin' skies. Oh my God, the possibilities are endless for you guys. Look at this, a solution. That's the spirit of the key. The keys are solutions to your problems. The solutions to it opens up new doors. Wisdom, spiritual knowledge, understanding that we must do this in order to create things, to create change, in order for us to be in that law of attraction vibration, to bring things to us that we want. We know that we have to do certain things, because if we don't, nothing's going to change. We know this. So that right there to me is telling us that if we choose to invest in ourselves, by taking our dreams to the next level, taking our thoughts to the next level, by actually opening up doors, new doors, taking action steps towards those dreams, that things are going to start to shift and change in a beautiful way. This is my Mystics Midnight Tarot. Oh, I love this. You're going to put yourself in a strategic position. That right there is the King of Swords. You are going to put yourself in king status, whatever, queen or king. It's just you're putting yourself in king status there. You're putting yourself in a position where you can now then strategize. So I love this because you're calling the shots. You're not sitting around like a little page looking for a freaking crumb, looking for somebody else to tell you how it's going to be. Oh, hell no. What you're doing is you're telling somebody how it's going to be. You're putting yourself in a position where you have your own thoughts. You're saying, this is what I need. This is what we're going to do. Whether they comply with it or not, it doesn't matter. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. You're speaking your truth, and you feel convicted in that. And no one can rock you or shake you. So you are in your truth in the future. When you invest in yourself, you become the King of Swords. You're also able to see things from more of a rational perspective. Not that there's anything wrong with being the Queen of Cups or the King of Cups. Very sensitive, empathic, beautiful, compassionate people. But let's just say you've been that way your entire life, or you've been that way lately. It may be that you've lost yourself in that energy. Now it's time to step more into that shadow side of yourself, which would be, balancing out that very emotional and also, like light energy with the dark. So to me, this is just you really becoming a little bit more balanced. You're a lot more aware. Your senses are on point. You're able to see the truth. You don't get involved with people just because of the things that they say. Actions speak louder than words. Your just senses are just very keen, and you're able to see the truth in all situations. So no one can even pull the wool over your eyes in the future, you guys. No one can. You're a bullshit detector. You're not taking people's crap. So you're becoming a stronger version of you, and you're not becoming a tyrant. You're not cutting people off by the heads. It's not that kind of energy. But you are stepping a little bit more into this grounded, more rational side of yourself. You're not purely just living your life out of your emotions, because you've been there, you've done that. It hasn't worked out the best for you. It taught you a lot, and you got in touch with your feelings. You may have done a lot of healing that you've needed to do, but now it's time to step back into a power position. It's time for you to get your power back. It's time for you to start living your life. Take the bull by the frickin' horns. This freaking devil, take this devil by the horns. You're not allowing your shadows or your demons to rule your life anymore. You've got control over that crap now. You do. So that's amazing energy. I love it. So now we're going to go ahead and end this reading with the last portion, which is advice and affirmations from your spirit team for your ultimate empowerment. I mean, I feel like this entire reading has been very empowering. That's just me. So let's go ahead and get one last message that Spirit wants us to take with us moving forward. Oh, beautiful. I love this. Sunny side. It's that silver lining, okay? I will not let past challenges rob me of opportunities to be happy in the future. So that is telling us that we are not going to allow that one person or those unpleasant circumstances that happen to us, the mistakes that we've made, we're not going to allow those things to ruin us for the rest of our lives. Nope. We choose to see reality in a different way. We're not delusional, but we are willing to see more of the light than the dark. I like that, okay? I like that, which means that somebody didn't kill your soul. Somebody didn't take away everything from you. Somebody didn't ruin you for everything. You're not allowing that. You're not allowing that to take place. Wow. Spirit of the cross, burden, hardship, lessons, because you do realize, you guys, at the end of the day, that something, even though it was hard, even though maybe it was a burden or a cross to bear, you learned so much about yourself. You became stronger. What didn't kill you, what didn't put you in the freaking grave, just made you a stronger person. So you're taking that with you. You're taking that wisdom with you moving forward. You're taking that instead of all the pain and all the torment, all those demons. You're not taking it with you. They're always going to be there, and they should be as a reminder to you, but you're not being overpowered by the demons anymore. Okay, so this is called the Twisted Tarot Tales. Knight of Swords. Love it. So cute. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is Gemini's energy. I feel like that's probably why there's two, there's like twins there. So there's the light aspect of this twin, and then there's the dark aspect of that twin. So it's like two people. That's why they call, what is it? The duality, the twins, double personality. That's what they say about Geminis. I'm married to one and my daughter's one, so I can kind of talk a little shit. Anyways, but yes, that Knight of Swords, I really feel, is Spirit telling us here that we are going to take that sword, everything that has hurt us, everything that has maybe, caused divide or separation in our life. And instead of, just constantly being in that state of sadness or that state of grief or pain, we're going to learn how to balance out that energy, and we're going to see the sunny side. But we're also going to consider that the dark exists too. And with that new reality, that new mindset, which is what the Knight of Swords is, we are going to continue to move through life with more of the Knight of Swords energy. We're going to prepare. We're not going to expect the worst. We'll prepare for it, but we're going to, if it shows up, we're not going to be destroyed by it. You know, it's like, expect the worst, prepare. I can't remember for whatever reason how that goes. I know somebody's going to remember it. You know, you prepare for it or expect it, but either way, you're taking it as it comes and you know what to do with it. You're not going to fall apart. You're not going to allow anything to destroy you moving forward. Your recovery rate is going to be quicker because of something heavy that you guys had to go through. Because again, that's what it is. And I'll probably title that reading this way: what hasn't killed you has only made you stronger, because that's what I'm really feeling for this reading. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed it, love it if you want to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for the next reading probably in the next day or so. All right, take care. Bye-bye.